Hello and welcome to today's webinar. My name is Robert and today we're going to run through the ayondo website in order how to open a self-directed trading account as well as our platform. So as you can see here, we're on the ayondo homepage. Now, if you're interested in opening an account, you might want to see some further details in terms of our trading platform and how it all works. So in order to do so, what you can do is click on the Learn button here up at the top, and you'll have several helpful links in order to learn more about our platform. Now, everything that we're going to cover today about TradeHub and our trading platform is here in the user manuals. So if you do have any questions following the webinar, you can download our manual here and have a look through the manual for services. At the same time, if you do have any questions, you can always call in and speak to one of our account managers here. Now, a couple other useful links on the Learn page here are useful dates. This will show you any holidays that are upcoming where trading won't be allowed, what products are going to expire, any forthcoming dividends, as well as what company earnings are going to be announced. So these are some of the most useful features on the homepage, as well as our spread betting page here, or CFD page, where you can find out information about the spreads offered on all of our products. So if we click here on spread betting, for example, you can see how it all works. And further to that, you can see the financing and pricing of our products as well. Now, to open up an account, you can see up here in the top right corner, we've got a green button saying Open Account. All you'll do is click on that. Now, to open a self-directed account where you would do your own trading, you can see you're given three options, but we want to open up the bottom option here, CFD and spread betting. Now, once you click on here, you'll be taken to a page where you can register for the account and fill in all of your details. It's a four-part application. Firstly, you'll need to put in your personal information details, and then we'll ask a few questions about your financial information, your trading experience, and then on the final page, you'll be able to choose the relevant account type. Now, if you're based in the UK or Ireland, you can open up a spread betting account and choose which currency, most likely sterling, that you would be trading in. And if you're based outside of those areas, you will be opening up a CFD account, and you can choose from 5 different currencies, being sterling, euro, Swedish crowns, US dollars, and Swiss francs. Now, once you've set up the account, you'll be sent an email with all of your login details, and from that point on, it's just all about trading. So we're going to have a look now at our trading platform. Once you've set up the account, you just go to TradeHub here. Now, to access it from the home page, we would go to ayondo.com. You just click on Login here, and you're then given two options. You can either log into a social trading account, which we're not looking at today, so we're just going to log into TradeHub, which is our trading account here. We'll take you to this page. Now, once you've been sent your login details, just enter those here, and you'll be logged straight into the platform. Now, once you're logged into the platform, I'll just close down these few charts here. Once you're logged into the platform, you have all of the relevant data at the top of the page. So on the top right hand corner, you're going to be shown your account ID. Now, this can be used if you have questions about your account. You can just use your account ID to verify what account you're talking about. You're going to be shown your cash balance, any open P&L you have, your account value, the margin available, and the margin you're currently using on a trade. But what I would suggest once you've opened the account is just to change your password so that it's something simple and easy to remember. You can do that by clicking on the cog icon in the top right hand corner, and you'll see halfway down there's the change password option. You just click on this and you'd put in the password we send you, and then do the password that you'd like to change it to. Now, once you've done that, you can go about learning the platform. So, as you can see in the top left-hand corner, we have 6 different buttons. Now, this is all you'll need on the account. So to start, we will take a look at the Watchlist, which is a very useful tool. That's the second button here, which is the star. Now, if you click on the star, you can see that you're already going to have several products shown in the Watchlist. This is a global watchlist that everyone's provided with, and it has some of the most frequently traded products on the platform shown. Now, these might not be products that you want to trade. You might want to create your own watch list, and in order to do so, once you've opened up this window, you'll see in the top right hand corner this gear cog. If we just click on the gear cog here, you can then scroll down and click on create new watch list. So I'm going to click on create new watch list here, and we can call this webinar. Once that's done, you'll see that you're provided a new watch list with no products in it. So we're going to have to add products to do so. Now, in the top of the watch list, you can see the add products button here. We just click on that, and that's going to open up our product search tool. So we click on that. Here we get the product search. Now, another way to get the product search, if you just wanted to look for a certain product that's not on your watch list, is by clicking on the magnification glass here. Once you've got the product search open, you can see that we cover 6 different markets. We cover indices, Forex, commodities, single stocks, interest rates and bonds, and ETFs and ETCs. Now, let's say you like to trade the UK 100 and you want to have this on your watch list. We just click on indices here and then United Kingdom, and we can see we have the option here to add UK 100 rolling to watch list. You can see the button appear once you hover over the product, and you can click on add to watch list there. You'll then be told that the product's been added to watch list, and you can close it. You can verify it's there also by the golden star, which is another option to adding the product. So let's say we want to add the Germany 30 as well. We can click on Germany here and then click on the star to add Germany 30 to the watch list. Now, from the product search, we can also look at the product information. So if we go back to the UK 100, we can click on the UK 100 rolling, and this will open up the product information. This will show us all of the details about the product that we need to know. So we can see the current sell and buy price shown here. We can see the base margin rate. So when we're trading this product, we're going to need to cover 1% of the trade value. Now, further to that, you can see the minimum and maximum stake size. So the minimum size you can trade is £1 a point for spread bettors. For CFDs, it will show you a different figure. It will show you most likely 1 contract, and the smallest UK 100 contract that we offer is a €1 contract. The maximum stake size is £200 per point. And down here you can see what the unit movement is and what 1 unit equals. So if we're trading at £1 a point, 1 unit will be a £1 movement. The guaranteed stop maximum size, as you can see here as well, which is an important feature, is £25 a point. So if you're trading anything larger than this, you will not be able to get a guaranteed stop on the product, but you can have a non-guaranteed stop. Now, once you have decided that you'd like to trade this product, you might want to take a look at the chart. So to access this, you can either click on the chart button in the products information window here, or you can also click on the chart button on the watch list if you already have that product added to your watch list. So we'll open up the chart by clicking on it on our watch list here, and this will open up the chart. Now, all of the tools you need on the chart are shown at the top here, and we can start off by choosing what chart type we would like. So at the moment we have it set to candlesticks, but you'll see we have many different options available for you to trade with. Candlesticks tends to be the most popular option, so we will stick with that today. Now, next to the chart type, we have the time frame. So at the moment we're looking at a 1-minute chart. However, some people like to do longer term trading and might look at a 4-hour or a daily chart. And once you've got all of the chart settings to your liking, you can then set indicators. Now, to set an indicator, you can click here on the studies button. Now, once you've got the studies button open, you can see we have over 150 different indicators. Now, you might want to favorite some of these. So for example, let's say you want to use exponential moving averages. We can just search for it there. We can see here exponential weighted moving average. Add this to our favorite indicators here, and another one that's quite popular is the RSI. So we can just type in RSI and we can see there's the relative strength index. So we can add this to our favorites here as well. Now, whenever we click on the star here, you'll be shown all of your favorite tools. Exponential moving averages should be there. Apologies for that. There we go. So if we delete that and then click back on the star, you'll see that both of them are there. So if we want to add the relative strength index, that'll appear at the bottom of the chart. And if we add an exponential moving weighted moving average as well, that will appear here. Now, Once the indicators are on, you have the option to edit the settings for these tools as well. You can see here that EMA is shown, and you have a settings button here. So if we click on the settings, you can change the time period, and you can also change the color of the line by clicking on style. Likewise with the RSI, you can click on the settings button, and here you can change the period, and you can also change the style here as well. So all of the colors to your liking. Now, once this is done, if this is the standard template that you're going to use, you can then save this as a template so that you can add to every single chart. Now, if I right-click on the chart, you'll see we have several options here, and I can go to Study Templates and click on Save Study Template. Once I've clicked on that, I'll need to enter a title. If we just choose Webinar here as well, and save that. Now, anytime I open a chart, I can get this applied onto it. So, for example, let's open the Germany 30, and we can apply the indicators here by just right-clicking, going to Study Templates and seeing Webinar there. We click on that, and all of that will be portrayed on the current chart you're looking at. Now, another useful feature here is the far left option, which is where you can just use the product search directly through the chart. Let's say you wanted to trade a US indice, so we want to now trade the Wall Street instead. If I type in Wall Street, that's going to appear here, and I can then click on Wall Street Rolling, and it will update the chart for me. And what it will do as well is it will copy across all of the indicators you currently have active. So you can see that the Wall Street's pricing here at around 20,705, and we have all of the indicators saved as well. Now, to remove the indicators, you can just click on the X's here, and then we'll just have the candlesticks as shown. Now, once you're ready to trade, you can trade either directly from the charts, or you can trade from the watch list. So you can see here in the top right hand corner of the chart, you have the sell and buy options, and in the watch list here, we also have sell and buy options here. So if we choose to buy the Wall Street, let's say, we'd click on the buy button here, and you're going to open up the deal ticket. The deal ticket has 3 different order types, so you can either place a trade at the current market level, you can either place an order, so an entry order to enter at a specific price, or you can place an OCO order, a one cancels other order, where you can put in 2 different entry prices, and the first price to be reached will be triggered, and the stop loss and take profits on that entry order will be placed for you as well. Now, if we just go to place trade, there's a few different functions that you can do. First of all, we know that if we hover our mouse over the stake size, we will see what the minimum and maximum stake sizes is, as well as the guaranteed stop maximum size. So we can see for the Wall Street, the minimum stake size is 0.5, but let's say we want to place a £1 a point trade. We just place 1 there. You're going to be shown the trade value and the margin required to place that trade. Now, in the stop loss function, we have a couple options here. Once you click on the chart, or once you hover over, you can see what the minimum distance is. The minimum distance will be 11 points away, and the minimum guaranteed distance is 63 points. Now, if I just click in the stop loss, it's automatically going to place a price for me. I can then delete that and set my level. For example, if I want to risk £100, I can put it to 606, and that will show that there's a £100 estimated profit and loss just down here. Now, this is done by setting the current price. An alternate feature is by setting how many units and how much you'd like to risk. So in the top right hand corner of the deal ticket, there's a cog there. If we click on that, we can see we currently have price selected. The alternate version is to use units, and you also have the option to use percentage P&L target and the monetary risk and reward. So if we choose units, we know we're trading at £1 a point, and a 1 unit movement will be equal to £1 profit or loss. So we want to risk a maximum of £100. If I just delete that and put in 100, we can see that this is a guaranteed stop because the green circle is shown here with a G in it. We're over 63 points away, and we can see as well in the grey box that appears on the right hand side at the very bottom that the estimated profit and loss is minus £100. So the maximum loss we will have on this trade is £100. Likewise with the take profit, if we want to realize a profit of £50, we would just place 50 and that would be shown on the right hand side again in that grey box. Estimated profit for this trade will be £50. Now the place order type has all of the same features, but then you'll just have to put your entry price. Down at the bottom as well, you have the option to choose whether you'd like it to be good till cancel or good for day. If you choose for the trade to be good till cancel, the entry order will stand throughout time until it is either filled or you cancel that trade. And if you put it good for day, that trade will exist until either that trade is fulfilled or until the end of trading that day. So you have two different options there for the order. Now, once we're happy with this, let's just put all of these options back, a stop loss of 100 and a take profit of 50. You can then have a look at what your margin rate is. If you'd like to cover more of the margin, you can just click to amend here and adjust accordingly if you want to cover the full value of the trade. Now, if we want to cover the full value of the trade, that's going to be a margin required of £20,704. At the moment, we only have to cover 1%. With a guaranteed stop loss of £100, that's going to be £100 margin required. So we can place the buy trade there. You'll get a trade confirmation here, and you'll also be sent an email confirming the trade has been placed. Now, once a trade has been placed on your account, you can then review the trade. Again, up in the top left-hand corner, we've got the up and down facing arrows or opposite facing arrows. You just click on that there, and it will open up your open positions and orders. Now, I have a trade running from a few days ago, but here we can see the Wall Street rolling trade we placed just now. You have a buy of £1 per point, and we can see here the trade value is £20,704. The margin used is £100. We can see the entry price and the current market price and what the P&L is on that trade. So at the moment, losing £3 on that trade there. Now, from the open positions and orders window, we can adjust stops, and we can also reduce and close trades. So when you hover your mouse over that trade, you'll see that there are 5 different buttons that appear on the right-hand side. Now, if we click on chart, it will open up a new chart and it will show you our entry. So it shows here where we entered the trade and the current price, 20,702. So it is below that blue line, and we will not be in profit. It also shows here the green line, our take profit line, and down below we should be able to see a red line showing our stop loss as well and how much is at risk. So this is a good visual for you to see what levels need to be reached in order for your trade to be in profit or loss. Now, again, if we go back to the open positions and orders and we want to adjust our stop loss, let's say we don't want to risk £100 anymore, but we only want to risk 50, we can go here and click on linked orders. Once you're on linked orders, it opens up another deal ticket here, and we can adjust the stop loss here. Now, we know that the minimum distance for a guaranteed stop is 63 points, as shown in the grey box on the right-hand side. So if we delete this and change it to 50, it's now going to show an orange circle with an N in it, as this is now a non-guaranteed stop, but the estimated profit and loss is going to be £51 based on the current price. So we can submit the changes here, and that will update in the open positions and orders accordingly. Again, if we go back to the open positions and orders, we have a couple other buttons that we want to take a look at, which is reduce and close. Now, let's say the position is running and you want to realize half of the profit or half of the loss. We can click on the reduce button here, and here you'll be able to close out part of the trade. You don't have to close out the full trade. Now, let's say we want to realize half of the current P&L. We just put in a stake size of 0.5, half our trade size, and click on reduce position. Once I do that, you'll see that our buy size will drop from 1 to 0.5. So if we reduce the position here, we can close the window, and you can see there we've sold 0.5 of that trade. We now have the rest of the trade running, and we can leave it to run, or we can close out the remainder of the trade when we're looking to do so by, again, hovering over that position and clicking to close. The other option is to close out the trade by creating a new trade in the opposite direction, but I would suggest it's much easier to just go onto the platform and then click on the close button here. Again, a deal ticket will appear and we can close the position from there. So click on the red button, close the position, and again, you'll get a trade confirmation on the platform and another one sent to you via email. Now that covers everything here in the open positions and orders, so we just have 3 final buttons to go through in the top left corner. First of all, we have the Tools and Resources button. Now, if we open up the Tools and Resources here, you'll have several different features. At the very bottom, you'll see that there are links to the holidays, expiries, dividends, and company earnings that we went through at the beginning of the webinar. And a final feature that you'll see here is the Reuters page. So if you want to access Reuters news and you want to read up on the current markets, you can click on Access Reuters News and you'll be given a full layout of any top news that's come out. You can then also filter it by certain categories. Let's say you're trading specifically US stocks. We can click on US stock market and it will give us all of the news for that relevant market. Now, another useful feature here is the account history, which is the clock button in the top left-hand corner. If you click on the clock in the top left-hand corner, you'll get the account history. Now, this is going to show the trades that we've just done. We can see here the Wall Street opened at a price of 20,704. We then reduced the position by 0.5, so we can see we realized a loss on that trade of 50 pence, and then we closed out the remainder of the trade there at 50 pence as well. Now, you can either look at the trade history for this week or select a time frame relevant to how long you've been trading with us. Another useful feature is at the top here, the Downloads button. If I click on that, I can download the transaction or the trade history of my account within a certain time frame. So I can choose the time frame here, and I can then download that in either a PDF or an Excel format. So this is useful if you want to do a bit of an account review and have a look at what's happened on the account so far. You can then download it as an Excel spreadsheet and filter out by position size, by position product, and have a review of what you're trading well and what perhaps you are struggling with. Now, the last button on the account is the funding option here. So if you have a sterling account, it will be a sterling sign, and likewise relevant for whatever currency your account is. So if we click on that here, you have several different funding options. You can either deposit via card, and that's debit card or credit card. You would just select to add a new card here and fill out all of the relevant details. And on the right, you will note there is some information which is informing you of any charges. Credit card deposits will have a charge of 1.75%, but debit card deposits will not have a charge unless it's a MasterCard debit card. Again, alternatively, you do have the option to deposit via bank wire. So we would just select the option here to deposit via bank wire, and then you have 3 different bank options, either NatWest, Commerzbank, or Banco BPI, and you'll have the relevant information for dependent on what account currency you have. So you just fill in the details on your online banking, and the wire would go straight through. With a deposit via debit card, it would normally be put on the account straight away. With a deposit via bank wire, it can take up to 24 hours for the funds to be applied. Now, when withdrawing, again, you have the option to withdraw via card or bank wire. So if you've deposited via card, you can then go to the withdrawals section, withdraw via debit card, and the funds are normally with you within 1 to 2 working days, but we do have to advise that it can take anywhere to 3 to 5 dependent on the bank. And again, with withdrawals bank wire, here you would just put in the amount and withdraw the funds accordingly. So those are all of the features of the account here, and like I said at the beginning, please do download the manual if you want to have a more in-depth look, or you do have any questions about the account following on from this webinar, or likewise you can contact us on the support line. But I would just like to ask the attendees at the moment if they do have any questions about the webinar we've had right now, to please ask away, and then I can certainly answer those for you now. I'll just give a minute or so just for people to type any questions if they do have any. Okay, well, it appears we don't have any questions coming through at the moment. But like I did say, if you do have any questions following this, then please do give us a call. We'd be more than happy to help you out. And otherwise, have a great evening. Thank you very much all for attending, and good night.